So I'm about to break... Huh? So I'm about to break 35,000 subscribers. Or maybe we have already. Thanks, Drewski. So why not make a quick countdown to maybe bring up some good old memories and tell some stories about my past, and maybe this video could help a few future players. But first I want to let you guys know how I can include you into more of my videos. I'm about to tell you how that's going to happen. First, grab a camera, get a good background going, and, make it look professional, like a casting room for a movie or something. And from there, tell me who you are, where you're from, and why you love USAirsoft. Throw in a good outro, and you're done with it. Then upload it to YouTube, but list it as unlisted once it goes up. Send the link to the video to my Facebook page, which is listed down below in the description of this video. And if you have any questions, then just comment them in this video. Okay, so with that wrapped up, let's get into the topic of this video, which is a somewhat personal countdown, as it's the top 5 things that got me into Airsoft, which is going to be kind of hard to knock down in 5 because there's a lot of things that really influenced me to get into this little hobby of ours. But I'm going to try to cut down the list a bit. However, as some of you may have guessed, video games had a big part in it. Nothing against Xbox players. I mean, after all, you guys have the better mic audio quality, but the PlayStation has always been my thing since I can remember. Games like the original Medal of Honor, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2, and even the EA Skate series made me want to get out and do some things. More on Skate later though. But yeah, I wanted to go out and be more active because of these games, but I didn't even know about Airsoft when Black Ops 1 was released in November 2010. Which cues number 4 in the form of classic Airsoft channels. Now this part is so easy to talk about because I still remember the first few Airsoft videos I watched, and they were on the Toriel and Beds and Hertz channel. I thought World War II reenactments were really relaxing to watch as a slightly angsty 15-year-old. Yeah, kinda cringy, but at least I'm straightforward about it, I guess.
Wake me up! Wake me up, pizza!
I watched those videos all the time, but then I found this guy named Scout Doggy, and then I found something called CQB because of a channel named Milsim Junkie. And bam, I was hooked. And I watched their videos like back to back in school and a lot more while in school suspension, which is where kids go when they act up. It's kind of like a dumbed down version of solitary confinement, but I think I only went there for stuff like constantly being late to classes in high school. Why I was able to watch Airsoft videos in ISS, I don't know, but I did it a lot. Don't be like me, kids.
From there, I started watching guys like God's Airsofters, Jarek4, Airsoft GI with Bob and Tim, Crazy and Seaman, and Scar AT, or AATV. Some of these channels are gone now, or just don't do Airsoft anymore, but I still watch those old reviews for whatever reason. I've even talked to some of those guys, and it's kind of fun to hear how things used to be before I started years ago. And I guess a lot of this can be linked to my ADHD. I can see a lot of you guys nodding your head right now and thinking, no surprise, but here's a surprise. Who knew I started filming with skate videos? Told you we'd come back to skate. In middle school on the west side of San Antonio, it was all about hitting stair sets and catching the best flips on some of the worst cameras I could get my barely teenage hands on. The skaters in my school were a bit skeptic of letting me film them, but after they saw what I could capture, which was pretty much dumb luck, they let me hang out with them. But a lot of them did stuff that I wasn't into, like a bunch of drugs, so I kinda distanced myself from them and hung out with the clean skaters instead. We weren't looking for sponsorships, to get into magazines, or to get in the next Tony Hawk's game. We just wanted to have fun. But that's what began my filming craze. And my friend Adam introduced me to Dead Kennedys and System of a Down, so that was awesome. I just wish I had some of the footage, but I guess these really old screenshots I made back then are good reminders of those years. And real quick, after a bit of research in my old middle school named Peace, I found that a club I started in 6th grade is still active and is still in the library. I remember making posters and flyers when I was trying to get someone to sponsor the club, and when it opened for the first time, we had more members than any other club in Peace. Man, if only they knew I'm not really into anime anymore. But Etika 7 gets a pass in my book. So many people are gonna call me a weeaboo in the comments. So that's 3 reasons down. I can't say I got into Airsoft because of my friends, since no one played Airsoft from any of the schools I went to, which was a lot of them. So I guess my interest in firearms also had a big part in it. More specifically, this one book called Weapon, A Visual History of Arms and Armor. I borrowed this book from the library whenever I could in 5th grade, when I was at the Ed Cody Elementary. Whenever I had free time, I had this book in my hands. But one day, while picking out every firearm made by John Browning, I found this rifle. I thought it was awesome looking, but I couldn't pronounce the name. But then in 2010, this game came out and I fell in love with the Galil. Fast forward 6 years and I now own all the Airsoft Galils in my city that I know of, and I have money saved up for the real AR that I have my eyes on now. So yeah, this book alone is the sole reason for my love for the Galil, and then I found out that I could play a game where I could go up against other players like Call of Duty, but in real life, with a replica Galil. so I began to save up my allowances. Airsoft isn't really like Call of Duty though. You need an actual good team, great tactics, and blah blah. You've all heard this before. But honestly, I ran out of things that got me into Airsoft. But what I would say is that this channel has really kept me into the game. I still love playing Airsoft, and yes, I do actually play, but I have just as much fun filming as I do playing. I get to see what everyone's using, I get to see all the actions from any direction I want to, and just how players are hit. And everyone seems to like having me around. So if you ever ask me why I'm still here, I'd probably point to the subscriber count and then talk about the people I've met over the 3 years of putting on USAirsoft. This number may not be that much compared to other people's count, but I feel really accepted when I look at this number. Your comments, the view count, and all the followers my dumb videos have amassed. So I think that all sums it up, but what got you into the game? Or are you just thinking about getting into Airsoft, but you need a little bit more push? Let me know below, or go ahead and rip on me if that's your mission for today. I think I've given you enough ammunition for that. Also, if you have any questions, then just go ahead and ask them down below, or if you'd like to play with me on PSN, then here's my gamer tag. But I would like to thank you all for watching this quick countdown, but until the next video drops from the city of San Antonio, this has been Scott Hollenbeck with a really bad cold, and I'll be sure to see you all next time.
Good afternoon, Professor Buttmunch.